you do it? How do you grow a Twitch channel? Today, I'm not only going to cover how I'm doing it, I'm starting to stream daily this week, but I'm going to teach you the business strategy behind it. I'm going to teach you not just how to get concurrent viewers or followers or Twitch subs. Those are maybe a 5+ year long grind to make it to your goal of going full-time as a creator. I'm going to teach you what I'm doing, which is making me already thousands of dollars per month, and how I'm going to throw Twitch on top of that and accelerate my growth. If you want to come along for the journey with me, this is the ultimate Twitch strategy for 2021. This podcast is sponsored by Restream. Why live stream to one platform when you can simultaneously live stream to every platform to discover new audiences faster using Restream.io?
Awall Gaming is finally back on Twitch TV. You love to see it. I want to start from the very beginning, Awall, and Ross and I are going to interrogate you here and ask you a bunch of questions about the strategy.
Okay.
So let's start from the very beginning. Why Twitch? Where is it being put into the rest of the formula? How is this? Let's just start from the beginning there.
Okay, I understand. So what I started doing on Twitch is I started doing group creator coaching, and I've been combining that with video games. And so the reason why I'm doing that is those are my top 2 interests. And that's a way for me to basically keep creator live streams and coaching live streams fresh and interesting, and to basically combine my interests so that I can keep up the stamina required to do live streaming. When you just do some things like coaching and answering people's questions, it becomes very taxing, right? To do that on a nonstop basis and to constantly answer the same questions over and over and over again for creators, as you're aware. But if I'm playing a video game while I'm coaching people for free, that can help me keep up the consistency, which consistency, as everybody knows, is a huge factor to grow on Twitch. And so what I'm doing right now is I've already got a business model, and everybody start taking notes. I've already got a business model that makes me money and is helping me as a full-time creator from home, working from home. And that is coaching creators, tech businesses, media companies, etc., and doing consulting for them. So any activities I do on the internet, I need to focus on supporting that business so that I can continue to do this for a living. So I've got my money in mind first and foremost. So all of you out there watching right now that are thinking, what's the ultimate Twitch strategy? How are you going to be making money and big money, enough money for you to go full time? You need to determine the answer to that question first before you start being like, oh, I'm going to get concurrents, I'm going to get followers, I'm going to get Twitch subs and donos. All those things are extras on top of how you're going to make money. For real, though, what is the main way that you're going to make money? And so what I'm referring to there, and this would be for Perrin, for Ross, and for everybody watching, you need to find a primary revenue generating model that's going to support your online business and support you in the long term if you're going to be streaming on Twitch. And so ones that we always talk about are freelancing and consulting is one thing you can do. Everybody's a video editor or graphic designer or whatever in this space. Another one is Patreon subscription revenue is really big. And then also a really consistent revenue stream that you can get once you already have an audience is things like sponsorships and getting sponsors to do sponsored content for you. They'll pay $500, $1,000, etc. per piece of content whenever you do those sorts of things. And those can create very consistent revenue for you so that streaming on Twitch can make sense. Does that make sense, guys? So that's my foundation. I'm focusing revenue first when I'm doing this strategy. And by doing free coaching on my Twitch, Awall Gaming Twitch, this is allowing me to warm up leads, to re-engage people I'm already doing consulting with, and to constantly remind them that I'm a freaking next level God tier coach. And that if they actually pay me for my one-on-one services or some of my group services, I'm going to change their life. And they could just get a sample of it right here on Twitch every single day, Monday through Friday. Does that make sense? So it's revenue first is my strategy.
This actually makes a lot of sense. And I'm just curious, just so people can understand the layout of what you're doing here, compared to, and obviously this is your first go, so it's kind of, it doesn't really make that much sense, but compared to your past streams on Twitch, how's the engagement compared on something like this, where you actually go in with like an initiative and it's not just to play games, it's not just to talk?
This is a totally different type of stream. But as you can see from the chat there on the right, this is just me randomly firing it up using Restream. And I'm a Twitch partner, by the way, and I'm restreaming because my agreement I have a non-exclusive agreement with Twitch. It's an old school agreement, but the engagement was great. And it was great that it was focused on a particular topic. So what can be really tough as a Twitch streamer, and I'm sure you guys are aware, is just generally chatting with people about whatever. And it's pretty unstructured. And sometimes it can feel like it's just a hangout or something and be like, oh, bro, how are you doing? Or how was your weekend? And you're talking about all these irrelevant things that aren't really very meaningful or very interesting. And so what I would suggest for you guys, this is note number 2. So get your revenue first. Then number 2, create a focus for your live streams that you're doing on Twitch that is the most interesting thing to you. And if that focus can be maybe not just the video game, but a thing maybe outside of the video game that can be your go-to topic, your go-to focus that you love to talk about, that can be huge for you. And so I've seen a lot of streamers. So for me, that's helping creators grow. That's the gear, software, live streaming space, social media space. I can talk about that all day. I'm literally talking about it all day right here on the Digital Drop podcast with you guys every day, right? I love it. For other people, I've seen some big successful streamers have that secondary topic be things like, fantasy football is the thing they go to. They're always talking about their local team, or they're talking about fantasy football or the draft or whatever's happening in sports. Other people talk about esports, or other people talk about fashion or whatever it may be. That is their personal passion topic or whatever. And the reason why I'm recommending that you guys write down whatever that secondary topic is on top of gaming, and maybe you help make that the focus of your gaming live stream, is for this huge reason. Just chatting is the #1 growing category on Twitch. And it's going to be the #1 growing category on all of streaming in the future. And you need to find not just a general I'm going to chat topic to break into just chatting. You need to find a niche within just chatting if you want to break through there, because just chatting is going to be the biggest category in 2021. So what's your niche within just chatting? You need to start discovering that today. I already know what mine is because I've already made like 1,500 pieces of content. But audience, what is yours? What is your niche within just chatting? You can't just play a video game anymore. It doesn't work. You need to find a niche within just chatting to layer on top of your strategy if you want to be ahead of the curve in 2021. You know what I'm saying, guys?
I would even go as far as to say, if you find out that interesting topic, you can change from stream to stream. You can, as long as you're finding out an interesting topic per stream, and it might be different, but as long as you've got something more than just playing video games on a screen with your mug there, that's not going to work. That formula is outdated. The people and streamers who got successful doing that, they got in when you could do that. You can no longer do that anymore. I found personally, when you do streams that have a specific theme outside of I'm just playing this game or I'm doing something in this game, when you make it bigger than that. And a good example was I did a stream about, it was right around election time, where one of the characters in game, what if he was running for president, right? So we took it above the game itself and could talk about things other than the game, aka politics. Food also ends up being a good topic too. So find your niche topic.
Human beings like food. I don't know if you knew that. Human beings, they love it, evidently, and they'll even watch live streams of you eating food and talking about it.
Yeah. And you can even do multiple topics per stream. If you have a longer stream, if you're going for like a 6-hour, 8-hour stream for some reason, you can do multiple topics within that. But have some good discussion topics, have some key opinions that will be interesting to share. And then take notes on what works with your audience, what increases engagement, what they like to talk about, and come back to it over time in different ways. I like that. So you've got this Twitch component. It's in there to give, I love the fact that with Twitch, if someone's looking to maybe book you, but they're not really sure and they want to get to know you, they can probably very easily find you live, even right then at that point in time, to get an idea of who you are and to kind of meet you that way, and maybe even talk to you through the chat. So I think it's a really, really good, top of funnel marketing, like lead warmer. So I can see where you're kind of fitting that into your whole marketing pipeline. What about the other pieces of the puzzle here? So you're fitting Twitch into a larger strategy. How are you fueling the concurrent viewership on Twitch? Is that primarily coming from YouTube? Is that coming from your website? What is that looking like?
Go ahead and pull up the YouTube channels So we might be obsessed with diversification here on the Digital Drop podcast, maybe even to a fault. But I've got YouTube channels with you guys and on my own. And let's take a look at them because this is a very diversified strategy. And I want to explain what I'm doing. So whenever I do a strategy, and we talk about strategies here on the podcast, I guess what I'm trying to say is whenever we talk about strategies here on the podcast, we actually do them. So for folks out there that are like, here's your YouTube tips and here's your no, we're actually doing all of the new experimental strategies we're talking about and then reporting the results. Here's what I'm doing right now, because I think this is the next level Twitch growth strategy in particular. So I've got 2 YouTube channels right now. I've got the Awall Digital main YouTube channel, and this channel is focused entirely around search optimized content. So right now, as you can see, I'm uploading daily. It's all search. It's all completely search. 96% of the traffic here is search, search, search. And the main call to action I have on my main channel is toward my main revenue generating thing, which is coaching. And so every one of these OBS tutorial videos you see here, that in each one of these videos, I'm plugging my coaching service. I'm saying, go click to go find it, short tutorials. These tutorials are getting between 100 to 500 views in the first week. And in 1 year from now, they'll have an average of 10,000 to 100,000 views. And so I'm just going to get nonstop search traffic off these videos. I've made about 7 or 8 videos like these in the past, OBS videos, and they got tens of thousands or hundreds of thousands of views. And so what I'm doing is planting search seeds on this channel to drive revenue for my business. But what I'm also doing, if you scroll up toward the top there, Perrin, if you go up here, you see the group creator coaching thing that's randomly there in my timeline. I'm going to be going live on this channel with keywords related to my business. And so as you can see, the title of this stream is no accident. It's group creator coaching. Go full-time as a gaming live streamer, YouTuber, creator, influencer. Why am I doing that? It's more YouTube search to get more traffic for the potential clients I'm trying to acquire. And so if I'm slamming the YouTube algorithm and every platform by restreaming with these keywords, people are going to discover me accordingly. I literally just got a booking, a $150 booking off of this one random live stream I did last week. They just booked me right there because they watched me talk about these subjects and they realized I know what I'm talking about. Boom, money in the bank. So for all of you guys that are watching right now, you might be like, why is he talking so much about money? Shouldn't it be about family? Shouldn't it be about community? No, it should be about money first. Money first if you want to go full time. Now, if you care about people and you actually like them, then they'll stay and watch you and they'll become a part of your community. Obviously, you need to care about them, but it's not community and family first. That's not the first thing in your strategy, because if you're doing that, you're going to fall into a trap I see 99% of creators fall into, which is, I just want to get people to like me. Question mark, question mark, question mark. Then I'll become successful somehow. Instead, you need to focus on, here's how I'm going to become successful financially. Great. Now, if I get people to like me, then the financial success will come after that. And so you need to reverse the order on that, because building an engaged community makes $0. And guess what you need to go full-time doing what you love? Money. Engaged communities don't pay your bills. You can't tell your landlord, hey, I got 2,000 likes today on my YouTube video, so we good on the rent? That's not how it works. So you need to reverse your priorities there. Put revenue first, put community second, and then the community will support the revenue. Whereas it may seem unintuitive, but if you put community first and then just hope the revenue shows up, it's not going to show up. I'm sorry. It almost never does. I've seen this time and time again, people that get so frustrated emotionally. So the main channel I have here, focused on search. Then I have a secondary channel, my clips channel, and I'm paying an editor right now to do this squad track. And what he's going to be doing is firing up daily clips from each of my coaching live streams and uploading them here. And the main call to action on each of these clips videos is to do what? If you guys were to guess, what am I going to tell people to do every single day on my live stream clip video?
Book you for coaching? And this is just throwing this out there. Yeah.
Actually,
or go to Twitch, where the whole thing that we're talking about today.
Go to Twitch. Yeah, that's right. So whenever somebody watches a clip of your content, you should derive them to the place where it came from. Don't try to sell them something. Don't try to sell them merchandise. Don't try to sell them Patreon. If they watch a clip of your stream, send them to the stream. And so that's what I'm going to be doing here. So on my clips channel, you're going to be seeing daily clips of my live streams telling you to go to Twitch to follow on Twitch. Now, Perrin, we talked a little bit about this before, but I want to give you all the credit for IDing this fact. Why are we in such support now of sending people to Twitch as opposed to YouTube, as opposed to Twitter, as opposed to Instagram, as opposed to all these other platforms? Why are we obsessed with sending people to Twitch right now? Is it so much better? I thought it was a no-growth platform. Can you give them some insight on why we're really liking this strategy right now?
This falls back on to algorithms. Okay, so all of these platforms have algorithms except for Twitch. So YouTube has an algorithm. If you send users to YouTube, you have to re-earn them again through the algorithm. If you send users to Facebook, you have to re-earn those users again through the Facebook. So you're doing twice as much work at least for that one user, right? If you send them to Twitch, there's no algorithm. You don't have to do any more work. You already have them. So it's the most efficient platform to send users to because you don't have to earn them again through math, through a random arbitrary, calculation that's designed by engineers that you don't understand. They're just sent there. They can follow, they can do whatever, and they don't have to go through an algorithm. Most likely you can keep them as a concurrent viewer. You have the highest chance of keeping them as a viewer and as an engaged user or consumer of your brand. So we've been liking Twitch for that reason. And every other successful creator has said the exact same thing. So we know it works.
Exactly. So I'm seeing some questions in chat here. And so I really want to clarify. People are saying, Gavin has a great point here. So obviously Twitch, no algorithm, so therefore it's good to send people there. But does your engaged community not help you get sponsors? Gavin says. I understand where you're coming from, but the more views and engagement you get, the more advertisers will see you're a good investment. Sure. But what I'm trying to tell you is that you need to have your business model in mind first before you go get the viewers and the engagement. And so if in your case, sponsorship is your business model, then you needed to design your entire streaming strategy and your entire online business to acquire sponsors. And what I mean by that is going beyond just getting a lot of views or going beyond just getting a lot of engagement. Which sponsors, you need to think about which sponsors do you want to acquire? Which sponsors are going to pay you best? Now you need to design your brand to appeal specifically to those sponsors. So for example, if you're doing live streams about mobile games, that would be a really good decision if you want to go with a sponsorship-based model. Because when you can have a much smaller viewership on a mobile gaming live stream or a mobile gaming YouTube channel and get way more money than all types of other verticals. Why? Because you put revenue first. Because you know that mobile gaming sponsorships are abundant right now in the market. And so your entire strategy is to build a mobile gaming audience. Even if it's small, you can go get sponsorship after sponsorship after sponsorship to pay your bills so you can go full time. You could have 1/10 of the audience as a mobile gaming stream versus a Fortnite stream and make double, triple, quadruple the money for this reason. So if you have 1,000 concurrent viewers playing Fortnite, that's great. I bet you make more money if you had 100 mobile gaming live streamers. So that's what I'm talking about when I'm talking put revenue first, then community second. I bet all of you, before I said that, if you looked at the Fortnite stream that has 1,000 concurrents, you go, that guy's way more successful. If I looked at the mobile gaming guy, I'd say, no, that guy is way more successful. He's probably making 200, 300% more money than the other guy. Way more successful as an online business. Unlimited sponsorships. He's turning away every mobile game that's offering him $1,000 a video. While the other guy who's playing Fortnite is probably scrapping, hoping that Razer's going to throw him a scrap here and there. He's doing like graphics card giveaways. When people do things like graphics card giveaways, it's because they couldn't get the company to give them actual money. When you see people do giveaways, it's because they didn't even get money. They just got free stuff instead. Whereas the mobile gaming people, whenever you see their content, what's on the screen? This video is sponsored by Age of Empires, or Age of Kings. This video is sponsored by Raid Shadow Legends. And when it's sponsored by, they're putting money in the bank. And when they put money in the bank, they're doing it full time and they're secure. That's what I'm talking about. Okay? So when you see big viewer numbers, when you see big follower numbers, that doesn't mean more success at all. Bit of a rant there, but it's 100% true. And I coach creators on the mobile gaming side and on the non-mobile gaming side. And the people on the non-mobile gaming side are like, bro, I'm getting 150,000 views per stream. And I'm like, or per video. I'm like, that's great. That's awesome. How much money are you making? They're like, I'm barely even making $3,000 a month. Whereas I go coach the mobile gaming guys, they're getting like 10,000 views a video, literally 1/10 of the amount of views. I'm like, and they're like, their problem is, I'm making plenty of money right now, but I'm not happy. But they're like, but I'm like, how much money did you make this month? He's like, well, last month I made 30K and this month I made 50K. Oh. Not joking. Off of 10,000 views a video. So that's what I'm talking about. If you can put revenue first, community second, then you can be financially secure. Imagine making 20K, 30K, 50K a month, 6 months in a row, and putting that money back in the bank. That could give you security for years worth of content creation and you doing whatever the hell you want. You pay for your kids' college. You paid for your own college, etc. That's what I'm talking about here. Back to driving traffic, though. So those are the YouTube channels that I have. Let me go ahead and pop these up, Perrin. The Clips channel is driving traffic to Twitch, so I can warm up leads so I can make $150 an hour in consulting. Cool. My main YouTube channel, so the Clips channel is driving to Twitch. The main channel is driving to my main coaching website. Awesome. But I also am diversified outside of my brand with this brand that we're doing together, the Digital Drop Podcast. And even here on my podcast, I'm telling you about my Twitch. I'm telling you about my coaching services. And I've got a collaboration brand that I'm doing with these two guys to help support my business. And as a result, these two guys I'm doing this podcast with, they can use this podcast too to support their consulting services and whatever they're doing. Did you know that Andrew Perrin, aka Astral, talks about his Facebook gaming live stream all the time on here? And did you know that when he does that, viewers go to his stream? Is that true, Perrin, or did I just make that up?
That's true. We talk about Facebook gaming every now and then. It's a rare thing, but we talk about it. So from here, we send traffic in every episode to Restream, which is a sponsor that helps us, and also we send traffic to Awall. We've been sending traffic to your website to book you. So we send to booking for Awall as well. So this one, and then this also serves, I can send traffic to my Facebook as well. This has been like a shared resource. And this is one of the most important things of being successful is where you're collaborating, right? And you've all heard that collaborating is key to success in making it as a creator, but this is the Digital Drop Podcast is our version of collaboration. And you all have the inside look now at that.
That's right. And we are restreaming on this podcast, aren't we, Ross? Can you tell us a little bit about that? Because that's the next part I want to go over before we wrap up this ultimate Twitch strategy. We're currently live on Twitch at Digital Drop. How are we doing that? By the power of
magic, of course. No, Restream.io. Everybody needs to be incorporating this as part of their strategy. We're obviously talking about Awall doing it now for Twitch, but I can guarantee you he's also going to be restreaming on probably some other platforms as well. Am I wrong?
You know that's right. YouTube and the whole nine. Right.
You have to, because you can focus on one platform and grow there. But again, Twitch doesn't have an algorithm. The other ones do. If you go a while without streaming on Facebook Gaming, you're dead in the water. So you might as well go ahead and restream there, even if you're just focusing on Twitch, even if you're just focusing on D Live or Trovo or whatever it may be. Stream on all of them. Save yourself the hassle. You never know, by the way. Perrin talks about it all the time. Some of these smaller ones like Trovo and D Live, he's being featured on the front page because they're not necessarily big platforms. That's a great opportunity to bring in a new audience that you hadn't had before. And I just dropped the code. You can use code DROP1, get a little money off your first month. It also helps support us. Go use Restream, even if you're only focusing on one platform. You will thank yourself if that platform ever shuts down or has something happen to it, and you've got backup options.
That makes so much sense. I want to address, thank you so much for that, Ross. I want to address a comment I got. This guy told me on YouTube, he goes, why would he comment on one of our videos? He's like, why would I use Restream? I've already got 452 followers on Twitch. It's like, are you kidding me? What do you mean, why would you use Restream? Don't you want 4,552? Don't you want 40,552 on Twitch? Restreaming accelerates your growth by sucking up all of the growth from all platforms and then driving them to the platform that you want people to be on. I'm not the expert on this. I'm going to kick this over, this part of the Twitch strategy. So I talked about understanding where your revenue is going to come from before you get started or before you execute, knowing what your niche is for just chatting, setting up a YouTube growth strategy to drive traffic to Twitch. Now, the fourth component that we're talking about is restreaming. So Perrin, can you just share with us the real results and the real strategy that you've been using to drive concurrent viewership on Twitch by being non-exclusive to Twitch?
It's really simple. I mean, you just multi-stream to as many sites as you can, or as many that you want to. I do Trovo, DLive, YouTube, Twitch, Facebook, and I was doing Twitter. I don't do Twitter anymore. Twitter's kind of pointless. And all you do is you have users go to the platform that you like the most. And the only way I do that is I just put Twitch as my top call to action on Facebook, on DLive, on Trovo. I said, hey, come watch me on Twitch. When I do a big event, I do it with Twitch in mind first. So if I do a giveaway, the giveaway happens now on Twitch first. So users get an idea that Twitch is the platform I'm primarily focusing on. And I found that naturally users just tend to gravitate towards Twitch more because it's the better platform out of all the other ones. It just is. They're more likely to watch there after a while because the chat's cleaner, it's more fun, it's more reliable, and they don't have to go through an algorithm to see when your notifications come up. So just by streaming and using Restream, I've grown my Twitch and I've taken users from Facebook Gaming, from DLive, from Trovo, and brought them to Twitch, accelerated my growth quite consistently. And I didn't even have a call to action to go to Twitch at first. I didn't even do that until like the past 2 weeks. So the first 5-6 months, I grew on Twitch without even having a call to action or needing to do it at all.
They just went there because Twitch is a great experience for exactly. Viewers.
Yeah, it's the best experience. You know, my Facebook viewers would go there because Facebook chat would get spammy. There's a lot of people coming in and like begging for skins in the game that I play. There's just a lot of like really garbage engagement that comes in on that platform. And so they would go to Twitch because it's better engagement. It's just a better experience. And that's the same way with all the platforms. So when you multi-stream, most likely your users are going to filter to Twitch on their own. But if you let them know through your actions that you want them to be on Twitch for one reason or another, you say that verbally on your stream, on camera, and also you put the link and make it easily accessible in other places. It also helps you say you're multi-streaming a lot. You just naturally get more growth there. I have grown so fast on Twitch. It honestly has been insane. I'm up to about 30 average concurrent viewers now. I think the last time I even gave you all a number, I was at 15. So
just from restreaming, you don't even have a YouTube strategy really, other than restreaming. I'm not even doing a YouTube strategy. I'm not even doing that part of the strategy, which that'll be my next step. But just with streaming, and I know there's a lot of you out there who won't do the YouTube strategy. You just want to start streaming. You just want to start streaming and just start streaming on Twitch, and you want to get big. If that's what you're going to do and you don't want to do the YouTube strategy, I would say you should do the YouTube strategy. But if you're just not for whatever reason, at least restream because you'll just grow a lot faster. That makes sense. So let's just recap here. These are the steps to success. This is it. If you just do this, it's going to maximize your opportunity to grow. And we're going to continue to check in on Astral and myself as we grow over time and show you our numbers. Number one, understand where your money's coming from. Number two, understand what your niche is within just chatting outside of your games. Number three, implement a YouTube strategy with clips or what have you, driving traffic to Twitch. And number four, restream to get all the traffic from all the streaming platforms to maximize the time that you're streaming and drive that traffic to Twitch. If you do all of those things, you're going to be ahead of the curve, and you're going to be thinking ahead of time. Once you actually get some viewers and you actually get some audience, you'll already know how you're going to monetize that audience instead of hoping that you can get Twitch affiliate and maybe squeeze like $100 or $500 a month out of that. You probably need to be making thousands a month, right? How are you going to get to thousands? You need to be thinking thousands, dude. Be thinking 10,000 plus. How do you get to 10,000 plus? Think about that right this second. so that you can plot your course every step of the way and make the right step each moment that you're streaming, each video that you make, each viewer that you build a relationship with. Keep the end goal in mind. Full time, full time, full time. Audio streamers, good luck on Twitch.